pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilwoman Barnum.
Present.
Councilwoman Hushler-Ray.
Here.
Councilman Perticone.
Here.
Councilman Seeley.
Here, Madam Clerk.
Supervisor Bello.
Here.
And attorney for the town.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. I would like to ask that the town board members all come on down here with me for the presentation of the September Good Neighbor Award. Okay, actually, where is Sarah? Come here for 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so I say this every month, but really this is my favorite thing to do at our town board meetings, is the Good Neighbor Award. And as you know, Arundecoite's Good Neighbor Award is bestowed upon those residents who go above and beyond to serve their neighbors and improve our community. Recipients of this award are the heart of what makes Arundecoite such a special place to call home and deserve to be recognized for making this a better place to live. Nearly 10 years ago, September's awardees made a significant impression on a family who had just moved to Arundecoite. Everyone has the idyllic version of their perfect neighbors, who will help shovel and snowblow on our typical snowy days, who will randomly mow their neighbors' lawns just because, and who will bring in mail, newspapers, garbage totes, and packages, who will watch the homes and care for pets of out-of-town neighbors, who will open their home, kitchen, and yard to neighborhood families. And in case anyone is interested, these idyllic neighbors do actually exist, and they reside on Rogers Parkway. So I'd like to invite a few special guests to help me present the award to this month's Good Neighbors. Are there some folks here in the hallway? Come on. Oh, you're already here. All right. I thought they were coming in. Where is Mary and Gary Hilliard? Mary and Gary, your friends and neighbors have nominated you as our good neighbors. Thank you for taking such good care of them in our community. And in doing these good deeds, you are the quintessential good neighbors, and we are grateful to have you. So please come forward, and I want your neighbors to come forward too. Everyone who's here from Rogers Parkway. And that's all of you. Come on up, come on up. Present you this token of our appreciation, and here you go. And I do hereby proclaim you to be Arundecoite's good neighbors. Congratulations, and thank you. Actually, if we can all join together, we're going to take a picture. Okay? So.
Come on, Alex. Kids up front. Come on, we're going to know.
Okay, Fiona, over here. Oh, are you?
Okay. Is everybody here? Make sure the kids are in front of the podium.
All right,
That's right.
hold on.
Hey, you got to get it.
All right.
Okay, come on, hold on, kids. You're not here.
That's okay. Come on.
All right. Come on, Fiona, turn around. Turn up. No, this is an official picture. No peace sign. Fiona, Kathleen.
Looking up? Looking at the camera?
You good?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great.
I hope they got you back.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Feel free to stay around.
Oh.
I say there.
Okay, next item is public input. We have one speaker who had signed up in advance to speak, and that's Greg Devlin. Would you like to come forward?
Only one person, I get more time?
All the time you need.
I'm sure you're probably already tired of this, but I want to talk about Facebook. And specifically about a certain chair. And a young lady who happened to be 93, who lives on Ellenwood, was cited for her trash bins and for her chair. And according to the report that was in the Democratic Chronicle, she was cited for having an indoor chair on the outside. And if you look at the picture, it's protected. There's nothing wrong with the chair. It's not a piece of trash. It certainly isn't refuse. And I think that when we look at something like this, we're looking at overstepping our bounds. And I realize that they have a tough job to do when they're called to go ahead and do some code enforcement. But we also need to go ahead and be human about it. And Sonny even admitted that the trash cans, if you left them out too long, okay, he gets out. But the chair, and I agree. But I think maybe the citizens of Arundecoit ought to hold a chair in. It shouldn't happen that way. But that also speaks to the process, which I think is even more important. This happened because some neighbor called and complained. And when some neighbor calls and complains, then the town reacts to that. They go look, they send a letter and things like that. And that process is wrong. If a neighbor doesn't have the backbone, the fortitude, to go say something to a person, say, I don't like what I see, I don't like what's going on. And they shouldn't be allowed to go ahead and then cause the town to go do their bidding for them. And I've been the subject of some of these things, and every time the response is, well, we can't tell you who complained about you. In my mind, the Constitution says everybody is allowed to face their accuser. It's pretty basic in my mind. And to me, it's kind of like a cowardly process if somebody can go ahead and call up the town and have them do their bidding, and they wipe their hands of it, and no one knows. Not right. If you haven't got the strength of your convictions, you shouldn't be allowed to go ahead and have someone else do it. So I would really like to see the town take a look at that process and tell people, if you want to complain about something, you've got to swear to having tried to do something on your own first. So it's embarrassing to me to the town that this article was in the DNC, and how many hundreds of thousands of people have access to that throughout the entire metropolitan area, the 6 or 9 county area. It's not good. It doesn't make us look good. I think we can do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Was there anybody else who wanted to address the board but didn't have a chance to sign up in advance? No? Seeing none? Barbara?
Next item on the agenda is the financial report.
The financial results for the town as of August 31st, total expenditures and encumbrances are $20,530,000, which equate to 63% of budget, less than the 66.7% of the year that has elapsed. The actual expenditures are 58.1% of budget, or $18,921,000. Accounting for the remaining 4.9% are encumbrances of $1,609,000. We maintain that the town's ongoing operations require us to continuously address our need for the appropriate level and sources of supplies, services, and commodities. So encumbering of expenses is part of our planning and accounting process. The amount of encumbrances reported on the financial report are typical and within reason. The general fund expenses remain favorable at 60.3% of budget, below the 66.7% of the year that has elapsed. And here's the breakdown of those expenses. Actual expenditures, $10,877,000, and encumbrances, $731,000. Collectively, the $4,302,000 of expenses in the highway funds are higher than the percent of the year that has elapsed, at 78.2%. Contributing to the high cost in the highway funds is Highway 4 for labor benefits and salt for the snow removal efforts earlier this year. Actual and encumbered expenses for gas, fuel, asphalt, debt service, and equipment parts are also prominent in Highways 1 and Highway 3. Highway 1 is roads, and Highway 3 is equipment. Highway 4 is predominantly snow removal. Expenses of the other major funds are less than 66.7%. Library fund expenses total $1,272,000, 64.4% of budget. Expenditures in the sewer fund equate to 53.8% of budget for a total of $2,130,000. Stormwater drainage is $249,000, or 30.7% of budget. As of August 31st, the general fund revenue stands at $13.8 million, or 72.7% of budget. This amount includes $10.6 million of tax revenue and $154,000 of payment in lieu of tax payments. At this time, most of the other major revenue sources have not yet been realized. The $1,181,000 of sales tax shown on the report is 32.1% of budget and represents 5 months of revenue. Mortgage tax is tracking well compared to the $162,000 budget. The revenue received is for 3 months of the year and represents 24.9% of budget. Recreation program fees total $235,000 and equate to 74.3% of budget. The other sources of revenue category is right at budget. Included in that category are property maintenance, safety inspection fees, and interest and penalties on tax collections. Next month, we expect to see an uptick in that group. The majority of the August entries for property maintenance did not get booked before month end. That activity would have increased this category by approximately 3%. So we should see the effect of 2 months next month. Regarding the entire town, 80.3% of revenue, or $25.7 million, has been received to date. 100% of the town's real estate tax has been received, $16.5 million. The library fund has received 96.1% of its budgeted revenue for a total of $1.9 million. $4.9 million is in for the highway, reflecting 88.7% of budget, and sewer has received 100.2% of revenue, $3,953,000. This concludes the financial report for the month of August.
Thanks, Annie. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the financial report?
So moved.
And a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Approval of minutes, August 13th, 2015, the workshop meeting.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
August 20th, 2015, the regular town board meeting.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Because it's not 7:35 yet, we'll go to the items for board action. Item 9A, 2015-3, calling for a public hearing on the matter of granting a special use permit to operate a restaurant at 999 East Ridge Road, the Depot Plaza, in an M manufacturing district.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Thanks. And I'm going to ask our Director of Development, Jeff McCann, to talk about the resolution.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution request the setting of a public hearing for, this application is for Panera. They are looking at operating a restaurant at 999 East Ridge Road, and that is in an M manufacturing district, and under our town code, any restaurant in that zoning district has to come before the board for a special use permit. The plan is for the M&T Bank building to come down, and they've also made application to the planning board for site plan approval.
Great, thank you, Jeff. And this is going to be for a public hearing at the next town board meeting in October. Any questions from the board? Everybody should have a map enclosed as an attachment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 9A, 2015-4, authorizing 2015 tax levies.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Thank you again, Jeff. Mr. McCann, can you?
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. This is an annual resolution that we do. This authorizes the town to put the code compliance violations and other code violations that have not been paid on residents' tax bills, and this is a standard resolution that we do every year to give us that authorization.
Great, thank you. Any questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-5, authorizing the town board to take action pursuant to Article 3 of Chapter 104, vacant and unsafe buildings, regarding 837 Titus Avenue, Rochester, New York, 14617.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you. So the next, this is the first of a series of 3 resolutions that the board's going to act on tonight pertaining to what we've been referring to as our troubled properties legislation that the board passed a few months ago. Essentially what had happened was, you saw at previous board meetings, the town's fire marshal give a presentation to the board about the condition of 3 homes in town that are not meeting the town code. And it was ordered by the town board a little over a month ago that 2 of the properties be demolished, that they were unsafe structures, and that one of them be fixed. And despite our notification attempts, either the owners of those properties, for whatever reason, either because they chose not to respond or they were unreachable, have not responded to the town. And so what the town board is now going to do pursuant to our new code that we passed is to take it one step further, and the town is now going to order that we do the remediation ourselves. And we will bill back the owners of those properties back onto their tax bills, so it does not come to the expense of taxpayers in town. So we're now finally to that point that we said would take a little bit of time, but we're now able to go to that point where we can address some of these houses that have created blights in our neighborhood and are really starting to impact some of our property values. So this first house on our agenda is on Titus Avenue. This is the one that's at the corner of Titus and Brookview Drive that I think is familiar to a lot of people. And so the town board had ordered that a number of fixes and repairs be made to the house to bring it up to town code. That was not done, and so now we're going to vote to do it ourselves. And of course, bill back the owner of the property so it's not at our other taxpayers' expense. Are there any questions or comment from the board? Or anything else from the staff? No? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-6, authorizing the town board to take action pursuant to Article 3 of Chapter 104, vacant and unsafe buildings regarding 159 Montcalm Drive in Rochester, New York, 14617.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. And now this is the property, as the clerk said, at 159 Montcalm Drive. It was the opinion of the fire marshal and the order of the town board that the property there be demolished, and that's what's going to happen. So any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, hopefully this will be a nice, significant improvement for that neighborhood there. I visited the house myself. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-7, authorizing the town board to take action pursuant to Article 3 of Chapter 104, vacant and unsafe buildings regarding 55 Seacliff Drive in Arundequite.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. And this one, again, is on Seacliff Drive. This is in the Seabreeze neighborhood. Again, this is something, another property that I've been to myself. I know I think all the town board members have visited and saw it. It was an order by the fire marshal, an opinion of the fire marshal, an order by the town board, the house be demolished. That what hasn't happened, so the town board's going to vote to do this again at the expense of the property owner. Anything else?
I just wanted to, I guess, before this is the last one I'm voting on, just commend our staff, Adam, the rest of the staff that worked on this, particularly our fire marshal. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and it's a good thing that we're moving forward with this, but it's not without a lot of hard work by our staff at Town Hall, so thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Put a lot of work this, and actually now what you're going to see too, now that we've gone through this first round with 3 houses here, you're going to start to see more houses come on the town board agenda as we move forward, and we can start to address more of these blighted properties around town. So congratulations to the staff who worked so hard on this. This is really going to have, I think, a very positive impact on some of these neighborhoods. So with that, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-8, authorizing the award of bid for baseball field material installation.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, this resolution, I'm going to call, this goes to our baseball fields that we're building behind Town Hall that we broke ground on right along Kings Highway. We broke ground earlier this year, so we have 2 resolutions to help move that project along. Commissioner Meredith, can you just tell us what it is we're buying here?
Sure. Good evening,
Okay.
everybody.
Thanks.
The first Bureau of Parks resolution authorizes a supervisor to enter into a landscaping contract with RM Landscaping for proposed work on the ball fields being constructed at 117 Kings Highway North. The work includes rock hounding and seeding the topsoil areas, installing the clay infields, and installing the base anchors and pitching mounds. The contract will be in the amount of $93,500 and be paid for out of account 305-7140. 2012. And I just want to mention for the record that there are 2 typos in the resolution that need to be amended. The first is it says RAL Landscaping, which needs to be RM Landscaping, and then it also talked about the area where we put it out to bid, and it says baseball field fencing, and it should read baseball field material. And I did check the advertisement for bid, and it was done correctly.
Thanks, Pat. Can I ask any questions about that? Okay, can I ask for a motion, Barbara, did you get the edits? Ask for a motion to approve this resolution with the edits?
So moved.
And a second?
Second?
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 9A, 2015-9, authorizing the award of bid for baseball field fencing.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second? Oh. Moved by Nicole, seconded by Dave. Mr. Meredith, can you tell us what we're getting with this
Sure.
resolution? Thanks.
This second resolution authorizes the supervisor to enter into a fencing contract with Rommel Fence LLC for proposed fencing work at the same ball fields. The work includes the backstops, dugout fencing, and border fencing. The contract will be in the amount of $55,000 and be paid for out of account 305-7140-2012, and there are no edits in this one.
Thanks, Pat. Any questions or comments from the board? All right. Thanks. I'm just going to make one comment. So we're going to be we're voting on the 2 resolutions here. Later, we'll be voting on the funding for them. This is part of the 2015 CIP project that was announced last year, but it's also some of the funding for this is actually going to be offset by a grant as well that was secured by Assembly Majority Leader Joe Morelli. So we're transferring the full amount of the grant today, but of course it's going to be repaid by a grant that was secured, some of which is going to be repaid by a grant that was secured by Joe Morelli. So our thanks go out to the Majority Leader for helping us with this project. I also want to recognize Brian Gardner and Peter LaPietro here from Irondequoit Baseball, who put a lot of hard work into these fields as well, and I know they're anxious for the kids to be able to use these fields in the spring, so thanks for coming today. With that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-10, declaring certain equipment as surplus.
Can I have a motion? In a second.
Second.
Commissioner Meredith?
The first resolution, Bureau of Public Works, is having the town board declare certain equipment in the Bureau surplus to allow for them to be auctioned off at the next municipal auction being held in October at Tightsworth Auction House. Items include, but are not limited to, a 10-wheel and a 10-wheel dump truck, 2 6-wheel dump trucks, and a pickup truck.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-11, authorizing the award of 2 2015 or newer compact articulated wheel loaders.
Can I have a motion?
Second.
Great. Mr. Kiley?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution would authorize the award for purchase of 2 compact loaders from Admar Supply. These 2 loaders would be used as sidewalk plows during the winter months. Last winter season, of course, we had a lot of very significant snowfalls. One thing that the Department of Public Works seeks to do this year is to expand our sidewalk plow operations from 4 routes to 5 routes, and the purchase of 2 new sidewalk plows would allow us to do so. So we're very excited about this addition to our fleet.
Great. Thanks, Bob. And this is significant. I want to thank you for your work on this. We originally thought we were only going to be able to get 1 within our budget amount. We were able to get 2 new machines. So, like he said, we're going to be able to this year be able to hopefully address some of the issues from our snowplow operation and be able to. And we're going to definitely add another sidewalk route so we can keep up with that snowfall if we have another hard winter this year. So, thanks for all your work on that. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-12, accepting gifts for the Department of Public Works open house.
Can I have a motion? And a second.
Second?
Okay. Mr. Kiley?
Thank you. This resolution would allow the town to formally accept some donations that the Friends of Irondequoit secured for us on behalf of the town for our DPW open house. For all the folks in TV land, the DPW open house is this Saturday from 11 to 2. So that is an equipment show for all of our various equipment here at DPW. And so the Friends of Irondequoit have secured free food from Wegmans and several $100s worth of financial donations, which will be used to hopefully put some giveaways and types of door prizes for folks. So we're really excited about that. Again, it's this Saturday from 11 to 2, and it looks like we're going to have some good weather. So we hope to see everybody here at Kings Highway Saturday from 11 to 2.
Great. Thanks, Bob. And I just want to point out, it's Wegmans Food Markets, the Finger Lakes System Chemistry, Hawk Frame and Axle, Northern Supply, Inc., and Thruway Auto Spring, who all made these generous donations. So I want to thank them as well. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-13, authorizing the supervisor to enter into an employment contract.
Can I have a motion? And a second.
Second.
This is for Megan Hoffman, who's going to be with our recreation team. And Megan has been working for the town, I think, as a part-time employee. And this is a contract due to a personnel matter. We're going to have Megan stay on now for 3 months to be able to get us through this season here and be able to provide some great recreation programs through the fall. So if you know Megan, you know she's doing a great job over there with these good programs. So Any questions from the board? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-14, authorizing the annual audit of the town courts.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second.
Second.
Annie, or do you want to say a couple words?
Yes. Whereas the town of Arundecoit, as a recipient of annual grant funding from the U.S. government in excess of $500,000, is required to have an annual audit by a certified public accountant, and the annual audit performed by the CPA includes an audit of the town courts and the production of a separate document summarizing the audit of the courts. This resolution is requesting authorization for this town audit, and the audit will be sent to the Office of Court Administration.
Thank you,
It's a
Annie.
requirement.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-15, authorizing a fund balance transfer to finance 2015 capital improvement program projects as stated in the 2015-2020 CIP.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second.
Second.
Annie?
Yes, according to the CIP for 2015 to 2020, when the CIP was authorized, all of the current projects, all of the 2015 projects were to be funded by the respective fund balances, monies in the respective fund balances. This resolution is authorizing a transfer of funds of $330,000 from the sewer fund to work on the Somerville Sewer Phase 2.
Thank you, Annie.
You're welcome.
Any questions from the board?
Just to be clear, it's money we're not borrowing.
No, this is town money, is in the town fund balance, the sewer fund balance. So we are not going out to the bond market for these. These are all in transfers from the town funds.
Thanks. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-16, authorizing the appropriation of funds for the construction of ball fields on the Town Hall campus and authorizing the transfer of those funds from the general fund balance.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Just as the clerk said, this one's actually simpler. As the clerk said, this transfers the funds that we voted on earlier for the baseball field construction. So it's for the two resolutions that we passed earlier. This transfers the funding from fund balance to do that, but it also, remembers, a portion of that funds is going to be reimbursed by a state grant that we received. So from Joe Morelli. So thank you for that. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
It's now 7:35, and we'll begin the public hearing. Item PH 9A 2015-1 on the matter of granting a special use permit to increase allowed seating at 1000 East Ridge Road, Georgetown Plaza, Popeyes, in a C business district.
Can I have a motion to open the public hearing? In a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'm going to start by asking Jeff to just tell us why we're here doing this public hearing today. Or Mr. McCann, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We are here this evening with this public hearing because under our code, a special use permit is required for any restaurant that is in a C business district that has over 30 seats. It's a requirement of our code that anything over 30 seats comes before this board for a special use permit. And this is the Popeye's Chicken is looking to go in the former bank that is in the Georgetown Plaza, and it's my understanding that they're looking at having seating accommodations for 54 people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. Was there anyone here who'd like to address the board per this application? Come on forward, just state your name for everybody and
Hello, I'm Jackie Giordano. I'm from Dynamic Engineering, and I'm the applicant's civil engineer and presenting on behalf of the applicant for this permit.
I'm sorry, can you just push the microphone closer to you? Thank you.
Is this better?
That's better, yep. Thanks.
Thanks. Well, you got a brief introduction of the existing conditions. I just want to touch base that it is on the southwest corner of Georgetown Plaza on East Ridge Road. It is an existing vacant building, actually, but it was previously used as a bank. So the applicant does wish to retrofit this building into a Popeyes restaurant. Some of the additional improvements associated with the restaurant use are signage for the Popeyes restaurant, some additional pavement markings to better delineate where the drive-through facility is, and they are also proposing some exterior trash and recycling facilities.
Okay.
The applicant did wish to promote or improve the accessibility and circulation of pedestrians, especially because it is on a county roadway. So they are putting in an ADA compliant parking space, crosswalk, and installing a bike rack and landscaped area. This use is promoting local growth by utilizing a vacant building. I believe it's been vacant for about 2.5 years. So it will be really recouping the use and taking that frontage that's on County Route 241 away and putting a nice use there, providing another place for residents and the surrounding communities to go eat, and it also will be creating between 40 and 50 new jobs. As you're aware, the planning board did approve the site plan approval last month, and so now the applicant is before you for the special use permit.
Thank you. Was there anybody else here? Well, actually, before I let you say, did the board members have any questions for the applicant? No? Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was there anyone else here who wanted to address the board for this public hearing? No? Before we close the hearing? Okay. Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the hearing? In a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Adopt a resolution in connection with the State Environmental Quality Review Act regarding an application for a special use permit for 1,000 East Ridge Road in a C Business District.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second. Second. Thank you. I'm going to ask Carrie Ivers, our Planning and Zoning Administrator, to discuss the seeker with the board.
Thank you, Supervisor. The project, which is the granting of the special use permit, is an unlisted action. The project will include the renovation and reuse of an existing structure that's currently vacant with drive-through facility already located there. The project involves minimal changes to the previously built-out site, and it's located in an established commercial plaza, so there are no adverse impacts associated with the action, and we're recommending a negative declaration for seeker.
Great, thank you, Carrie. Any questions for Carrie or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Adopt a resolution in the matter of granting a special use permit at 1,000 East Ridge Road.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments from the board? No?
Good thing.
The only thing I would like to add is that welcome to Arundecoit. I think this is a nice project for Georgetown Plaza. The building, I think, it has been vacant for quite some time. I think the design and layout is good. What you've put into this and the particular attention paid to pedestrian access and things like that are really great. And I think it complements the good work that's being done at Depot Plaza across the street. And of course, what we just set a public hearing for earlier today with the potential of a Panera coming to town as well. So I think this is a really great a step forward today for Ridge Road. So. Congratulations and welcome. So, any other comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-17, authorizing grant application from the Justice Court Assistance Program.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thanks. Can I have Dave Marion, our court administrator?
Good evening. This resolution seeks approval from the town board to apply for the 2015-2016 Justice Court Assistance Program, or JCAP grant, which is authorized by the New York State Unified Court System. JCAP funds are used by the court to purchase furniture, equipment, and supplies for the court, which reduces the fiscal burden on the town for these items.
Great. Thanks, Dave. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And actually, I'm sorry, I should have just said, Dave, Mr. Marion, thank you for applying for these grants. Anytime we can receive grants for things like this to help alleviate the pressure on the taxpayers is a good thing. So thank you. Yeah. So, go ahead, Barb.
Item 9A, 2015-18, authorizing the permanent appointment of a code compliance inspector.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Jason or?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This resolution puts forth the name of Mary Warner. She currently works part-time as a code compliance inspector. She has passed the civil service test and she is reachable.
Great, thank you. And Mary's been with us for a number of years and does a terrific job, so that's good. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-19, authorizing the supervisor to enter into a contract with Lifetime Benefit Solutions.
Can I have a motion? And a second.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Vanette?
Yes. This resolution is necessary for updating our business associate agreement with Lifetime Benefits, just to comply with HIPAA and the HITECH Act, federal privacy rules.
Okay, great.
And it will get final approval by the town attorney.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-20, authorizing attendance to a computer voice stress analyzer training course.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Chief Tantillo?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We're seeking approval for Investigator Andrew Wigton to attend the Computer Voice Stress Analyzer training program that's being offered by the National Institute for Truth Verification. And it'll be held in October, and he'll be traveling to Niagara Falls for that certification process and training. We have one certified CVSA operator at the time, and we need to have a second person so that we have those folks readily available for our investigative staff.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-21, declaring one Phantom red-white LED light bar surplus property and authorizing its sale to the Seabreeze Volunteer Fire Department.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
I think this one's pretty straightforward. Any questions from the board? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-22, authorizing supervisor to renew Arundequoit's intermunicipal agreement for the Arundequoit Bay Management Project Coordinating Committee.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. I'm going to ask Carrie Ivers, our planning and zoning administrator who worked with us on this, to talk to the board about it.
Thank you. So this is authorizing the supervisor to sign the agreement on behalf of the town of Arundequoit for the IMA, the intermunicipal agreement. And this is just continuing an ongoing relationship with the Monroe County and the towns of Penfield and Webster, the other members of the IBCC, and continuing the cooperating and coordinating with each other on protecting the Arundequoit Bay.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board?
How long is the agreement for?
The agreement will extend for 10 years, so the next time we'll have to do that is in 2025, and the timeline reflects about how often the harbor management plan for the bay is updated.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Carrie. Any other questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-23, filling a vacancy on the Board of Ethics.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Thank you. This resolution is necessary because the chairman of our, or the chairperson of our Board of Ethics recently resigned, and so we're putting forth the name of Sheila Fleischhauer to chair the Board of Ethics. Sheila is, of course, an Arundecoit resident who is known to be an extraordinarily organized, fair, and impartial person who I think is going to serve very well on the board and serve our community in a good way. So I'm happy to put forth her nomination. Any questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-24, approving the special use license for Bishop Kearney's Homecoming Parade.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Great, thank you. And again, this is the Homecoming Parade. It's going to be on Friday, October 2nd, from 5:30 to 6:30. It's an annual event. Any questions from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-25, approving the special use license for the Eastridge High School Student Government Club 5K Run for Golisano Children's Hospital, the Pediatric Care Unit.
Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Great, thank you. And again, this is going to be on Saturday, September 26th at 9 a.m., starting from the Eastridge High School Stadium. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 9A, 2015-26, approving the special use license for the Finger Lakes Regional Burn Association's annual burn walk within the town of Arundecoit.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. And again, this great event is going to be on Sunday, September 27th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I am going to, there's a couple of events coming up in town that I just want to make residents aware of before we ask for our next motion. From September 18th from 12 to 11 and the 19th from 2 to 11 is the Arundecoit's annual Oktoberfest. It did kick off last weekend, but it does continue tomorrow and into this weekend at Camp Eastman. On September 19th, we discussed earlier tonight, from 11 to 2 is the DPW Open House and Equipment Show. So stop by Town Hall on the 19th from 11 to 2, and you can check out some of the equipment that you see out on the streets. On September 20th from 12 to 4 is the Laurelton Fire Department Open House, which I know is always a lot of fun. On September 22nd from 7 to 8:30 is our next Senior Services Public Input Meeting, and that's September 22nd from 7 to 8:30 at the Laurelton Fire Department, where we're seeking input from our residents, our older residents, care providers, service providers, to tell us how we can better meet the needs of our older residents in town. So that's September 22nd. On September 24th from 4 to 8 is, of course, our Farmers Market. On September 26th from 9 to 5 is the Eastridge Homecoming. And also that day from 9 to noon is the community bike drop-off at Rochester Regional Health across from Bishop Kearney. You can check out their websites for more information. On September 26th, also from 12 to 5, is the Fall for Arundecoit Festival at I-Square. On September 27th, from 11 to 4, is the Laurelton Fire Department Chicken Barbecue. On September 29th, from 7 to 8:30, is our next Senior Services Public Meeting. Again, that's September 29th. From 7 to 8:30. This one is at the Arundecoit Library, our new library. So again, please come, join, listen to Lifespan and other town officials talk about what we're doing, this study for our senior residents, and also share your ideas and provide input. And then our next meetings are on October 8th is the next town board workshop, and October 15th is the next town board meeting. Before I ask for a motion to adjourn, I'm actually going to move pursuant to Public Officers Law Section 105. I'm going to move to enter into an executive session to discuss the proposed sale of real property held by the town, the publicity of which would substantially affect the value thereof. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I'd ask the town board, the town attorney, and Director McCann to meet us in the, Ms. Ivers, our planning zoning administrator, to meet us in the conference room. Thanks. We'll be right back. And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I ask for a, thank you all for your patience. Can I ask for a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Government Access Channel.